You are listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast, a podcast by diehard fans for fans. Mark covers all things Penn State football and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as anything related to the sports and fitness world. Tune in weekly to listen to a couple of dedicated fans talk about these topics without filters. Thank you for listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast.
What's up, Yenzers? Welcome to the Mark Lesko Podcast. I'm your host, Jerrod, and this is Black and Gold Mondays. This is the time of year of nothing in Pittsburgh right now. We have no hockey because of the break and the Olympics. We have no Pirates yet because pitchers and catchers haven't reported yet, and the Steelers are now in the offseason because the Super Bowl was over. So we're officially in kind of the dead zone of the seasons of the year for all Pittsburgh sports. But that doesn't stop me from bringing up how things have gone for these teams so far. So let's just jump right into it, guys. Let's start with these guys, the Pittsburgh Penguins. They're right now currently in the Olympics. They're on their break, and we're going to be back at the end of the month. And without further ado, let's take a look at what we have with the lineups or the records that we have seen so far this year. So we'll start in the Atlantic. I mean, seeing the Lightning be 37-14-4, 199 goals and 140 given up, that's a differential of 59 plus. That is insane. That's got to be up there with the Avalanche. They have a 5-game winning streak, went into their break strong. And the Canadians are kind of behind them. They're tied with the Red Wings right now for the second place spot in the Atlantic Division, and the Sabres are there at 70 points. Like, this is interesting to see that Boston is below Buffalo. I mean, I think this might be the best year Buffalo's had in how many years. So it's nice to see some surprises. And the Red Wings are too also making a push for it too. So we're seeing a lot of good things right now in hockey. But let's look at our Metropolitan Division, guys. The Carolina Hurricanes, they had a 3-game winning streak. Their last 10 games, 8-0-2, 36-15-6. They're 78 points, absolutely one of the better teams in hockey. And here we are being 70, 29-15-12. I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing from a team that is making a transition from, this. You got these guys coming in. You got these guys going out, the legends that they are, they're still producing. And again, I keep bringing that up because it is the best thing about this team. Seeing all these veterans who are 32, 35, almost 40 years old, still playing like they want a playoff. And they're doing everything they can to keep themselves in the conversation. They're doing great things in the Metropolitan, ending the stretch with 7-1-2. Yeah, this is a very interesting team for sure, guys. We got to give it to them. The most important thing right now, I think, with the team, not just with like watching the veterans do what they do, but seeing guys like Skinner and Shilos in goaltending, doing what they're doing. It's the most important part of being successful. I'm not just scoring goals, but defending and blocking and just having a great goaltender in the post. And they have done everything they can to keep themselves in games, and they're in a great situation right now. So can't really say much more about it, but knowing the Islanders are 32, 21-5 right behind them, they're a pretty impressive bunch. And yeah, the Blue Jackets, they do what they do. They kind of are in there, but they're not the biggest threat. But yet, look at this. They have won 7 in a row. So they're definitely looking like they want to do something, and they still have the second half of the season to figure that out. But when you look at the 12 for the OTLs with the Penguins, like, that's right there the more telling thing. Like, if you had just had won half your shootouts, you would definitely be in the conversation with the Hurricanes and being one of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. So it's right now showing the one thing you need to get over or figure out is how to win shootouts. If there's anything that you can do during the break to figure that out, that right there will say that this is a very dangerous team. They are competitive, and they're going to try to make the playoffs and make some noise for Sid and Gino and company to do something spectacular. So I can't really say more about it. But the bottom line is, ending with the Penguins, guys, I very much appreciate what, again, like veterans leadership has given this whole entire team this season. I mean, it could have gone the other way completely. They really could have. I mean, with a new coach and all these different adjustments you have to make with that. And again, making that big transition with the draft and what you're going to have to replace with guys like Sydney and those guys at some point. It doesn't have to be tomorrow because, again, they're still being a competitive team. I don't know what more to say, guys. It's wonderful to see a team like Pittsburgh do the best they possibly can and insert like the next generation to make these guys competitive and to have the traditions still be there. Like we have been a very, very good team in the NHL for the last 20 years. So the fact that a team like Pittsburgh is finding ways to keep themselves relevant, trying to move forward and to provide, the next generation with something to look forward to. I'm very impressed with what I've seen so far from this team. So here's to the second half, and hopefully it's just as good and entertaining as it has been this season. So let's move on, guys, to the next subject, which is the Pittsburgh Pirates.